We know, facts, marriage is overwhelmingly unsuccessful. It is way more dangerous than skydiving. Yes, you die from the skydiving, but the chances of a catastrophic skydiving incident is like 0.0003, and one where you die is 0.00001. It's like very limited, the chances of dying from skydiving. Whereas the chances of divorce, again, 56% divorce rate. How many stay together who are unhappy and they just stay together because they don't give up half their stuff or for religious reasons or whatever? This is a technology with an unbelievably bad failure. People wish they were dead from marriage than skydiving. I think most people's sense of self, many people's sense of self dies as part of an unhappy marriage. Like, it's not a question of will you die. It's that you're alive and not living your life in a way that's enjoyable or in a way that's authentic to who you are. And I think a lot of people are doing that as a function of the choice that they made of marriage. And again, I'm not saying don't get married. But what I'm saying is, when someone says, I'm getting married, why is it impolite to say, why? Why? You're about to do something incredibly dangerous that fails so much of the time. Why not just say, why? I'm not saying, why would you do that? It's stupid. I'm saying, why? Because most people's answer doesn't make any sense. Well, because, I don't want to be alone. Wait, you have to get married to not be alone? Join a church group. I don't know. Join a baking squad. Join a softball team. You won't be alone. What does that mean? Well, I want to have, regular sex. Okay, I don't know that getting married is the solution to that. Like, it's not a guarantee of regular sex. Like, that's not, so if the question, first of all, you're not even allowed to ask the question why. If anything, if you don't say, oh my God, that's so great, you have intimacy issues.
Marriage used to mean till death do us part. Now it means until I get bored and take half your stuff. And men are finally waking up to it.
A lot of men do not think about this before they get married, man. And when they do think about it, it's already too late. The damage is already completed. So when you get married to a female and she has passed all your tests, you vetted her a long time, and y'all get into a full-blown marriage, and now you guys got kids and stuff. Y'all been together for the past like 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7 years, and then she decides that she want to get a divorce, and she want to take half of everything that you got because she got bored of you for some reason. She want to go experience somebody else. Like, imagine that shit. Imagine that shit, bro. That you thought you and this woman was going to be together until Jesus Christ come back. Imagine that shit. But now you find out that you put your all into this one relationship of marriage. Now you got a son and daughter now. Now your wife want a divorce now, and she want to take half of every single thing. Remind you, when you didn't meet her, she was broke. She had nothing going for herself. She was working at the bar, club, whatever, and your fucking marriage just ends just like that. She takes everything. Now you're mad. Now you fucking pissed off that you have to give up half of your fucking money that you work hard for because you made that decision to marry a female. Marriages are fucking done. Marriages is a scam. Marriages is set up to be a full-blown robbery. That's what it is. You get nothing from a marriage. You only get stressed out, you get depressed, you get complacent, you get fat, you just get fucked up. Then your freedom is fucked up. You don't got no freedom. Every time when you gotta leave the house, you always gotta tell somebody where you going, bro. Imagine that shit. Versus when you could have just stayed single, date. You could date, you could do whatever you want, but I'm saying you could date, get a girlfriend without getting married, without having children. And then you be good. You still have all your money that you work hard for. You still have all of your businesses that you built. But now you got married to this chick and y'all been together for 7 years and you and her got kids together. So now she want alimony, she want the child support, and then she want more money than that. I believe marriages are men downfall. It literally is. That's why I don't recommend men get married, bro. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. But I'm telling you guys that marriages will destroy your fucking life. It will do that shit. I don't care if she's the right woman. She's like all this and that. I don't care, bro. Sooner or later, she'll get bored. Sooner or later, man. No woman can't stay with a dude forever and ever and ever until they die. She will eventually get bored of the same guy. And men, you may get bored from the same female. I'm just saying, there's no point marrying. Just date. Keep your money. Because when you do that shit, you put yourself in a position where you can lose your fucking money. Lose half of your money, all of it. Especially if you're not really making as much money a year. You like making like $70,000 a year, $100,000 a year. You get a divorce and she won't have for everything, bro. You back down to rock bottom. You broke. You working at Burger King again. Say, like, bro, save you the time and the headache. Do not make that decision and get married. Do not do that shit. Marriage is done, bro. It's done. It's over with. Like, it's not the same no more. Most of the time, these women are in a relationship, are married to this guy, is because of what he got. That's really what it is. And y'all can fight with me in the comments section all you want to. I don't care. This is my personal opinion. You are literally putting your money, your assets that you have worked hard for at jeopardy when you get married. And then especially when the government is literally controlling your fucking life as a man. Oh yeah, when you sign on papers, you give the government full control of your money, your assets, so the government can tell you what the fuck to do. The government can tell you to shut the fuck up, give her the money, or you're going to jail. I'm saying, like, you don't get no freedom. There's no freedom in there. That's what I'm saying. Marriages, there's no freedom in there, especially when you sign the papers, like I said. So, man, that's it, man. Like, I had to come out here and say this shit, man, because I'm seeing a lot of men getting married, and I've seen a lot of men getting divorced. Like, bro, like, y'all don't see this shit, man? Like, the world is clearly telling you that marriages are not it, bro. You're setting yourself up to be robbed, and it's legal. She gonna fucking rob you for your money. Even if you have her sign a prenup, she can come back and get more. Robbery. And keep fucking picking at it. Keep taking your fucking money. Robbery. That's what it is. So, that's my take on that, bro. Don't get fucking married, man. Because if you get married, you better pray. You better pray. You better pray to the Jesus Christ that this woman will stay with you forever. But 9 out of 10, nothing lasts forever. Not even in a relationship. All these females, all these dudes that got married after high school, got children, that shit not gonna last long. It's not. Eventually, it's gonna get boring, and then you're gonna see rapid divorce lighten up around the entire America, if it hasn't already, because it already is happening right now. But I'm talking about rapidly divorce is happening. Nothing lasts forever. And you only have one fucking life on this planet. And you want to settle down with a chick and have a family and risk your fucking freedom and your money that you work hard for. Think about that, sir. Like, think about that. It's better to stay single, because number one, you get to keep all your money, everything and shit, right? Stay single, date, maybe have a little girlfriend, side chick, whatever. That's fine.
Marriage used to mean till death do us part. Now it means until I get bored and take half your stuff. And men are finally waking up to it. You ever watch a clip like that and just sit there in silence? Because you know he's not wrong. You might not want to admit it, but deep down, every guy who's watched a friend lose everything in a divorce has felt that gut punch, that silent fear that says, that could have been me. The man in that clip said it plain. Marriage is a scam when you were with the wrong person. And while people love to call that bitter or hurt male energy, let's be real. It's not bitterness. It's exhaustion. It's what happens when you've seen too many men get chewed up by a system that promises love and delivers debt, custody battles, and alimony checks. Once upon a time, marriage was sacred. Two people building something together, struggling, surviving, growing. Now, it's a contract. When you can break when you get bored, and the other person still pays the price. That's not love. That's business. And modern men are waking up to it. They started to realize that the math doesn't add up. You work for years, build something for yourself, finally get stable, and the moment you sign that paper, half of it, legally, belongs to someone else. Even if she leaves, even if she changes her mind, even if she's the one who walks out. How's that a fair deal? It's not that men don't want love. It's that they don't trust the structure anymore. Love isn't the problem, the system is. Because in this era, love comes with paperwork, lawyers, and a list of terms and conditions that only seem to protect one side. You talk to any divorced man, and he'll tell you the same thing. It's not the breakup that broke him. It's the betrayal that came wrapped in legal language. The idea that someone can just wake up one morning, decide they're unhappy, and suddenly your home, your savings, your kids, your peace, all up for negotiation. That's not partnership. That's gambling. Except the house always wins, and in this case, the house wears lipstick. And I get it. Not every woman is like that. There are loyal, loving women who genuinely want to build a family. But that's not what most men see anymore. What they see are stories of guys getting wiped out. Guys who gave everything, their time, their loyalty, their soul, and ended up sitting alone in an empty apartment Googling, How to Survive Divorce Court. You think men don't want marriage? They used to. But when you've seen enough examples of how one signature can ruin your life, the idea loses its charm real quick. Let's be honest. Women say they want commitment. But in this generation, commitment feels one-sided. Men commit with risk. Women commit with options. And somewhere along the way, marriage stopped being about love and started about leverage. And it's crazy because the same society that tells men you need to man up and marry is the same one that laughs when a man gets cleaned out in court. They'll call him stupid for trusting, then call him cold for not trusting the next time. It's a trap either way. And look, nobody's saying men are perfect. We mess up, we cheat, we lie, we ghost. Sure, but this new world doesn't forgive men the same way it forgives women. A woman can leave because she's finding herself. A man leaves and he's a monster. A woman can take half and people say she deserves it. A man fights back and suddenly he's misogynistic. It's not equality. It's hypocrisy with makeup on. So yeah, a lot of men are checking out. Not because they hate women, but because they're tired of feeling disposable. They'd rather build peace alone than gamble stability on someone who can take it away because she fell out of love. You know what's sad? A lot of men still dream of a family. They still want the warmth, the kids, the laughter, the feeling of coming home to someone who truly sees them. But they've learned that in this culture, love is temporary, but consequences are permanent. And when the risk outweighs the reward, men don't play. They adapt. They walk away. You can't call that cowardice. That's survival. Marriage used to mean forever. Now it means until I don't feel like it anymore. It used to be about building a life. Now it's about building an exit plan. And the irony? The very system that was designed to protect love now destroys it before it even begins. Because when men feel they're signing their freedom away, they stop showing up as lovers and start acting like defendants. Every argument feels like evidence. Every text feels like documentation. Every promise feels like bait. And that's no way to live. That's no way to love. So when people ask, why don't men want to get married anymore? The answer's simple. Because marriage doesn't feel like partnership anymore. It feels like a risk assessment. It feels like walking into a casino with your life savings hoping the dealer doesn't smile at you while she's stacking your chips into her purse. Men aren't afraid of love. They're afraid of losing themselves in the process. They're afraid of being punished for caring too much. They're afraid of building something real only for someone to claim it like it's a prize for participation. And that fear didn't come from nowhere. It came from watching reality play out over and over again. Men losing their homes. Men losing access to their kids. Men starting from zero because a relationship ended. And when you've seen that enough times, you stop chasing forever. You start chasing peace. That's the real story here. Modern men aren't broken. They're cautious. They're rational. They've learned that love isn't supposed to cost your sanity, your savings, or your self-respect. So when someone says marriage is beautiful, they're not wrong. It can be, but only when both sides value it the same way. And in this era of disposable relationships, validation addiction, and legal landmines, most men just don't believe that anymore. They're not anti-love. They're just pro-survival. And maybe that's the tragedy of our time. Not that men don't want marriage, but that marriage stopped being something worth wanting. Because when something that once meant unity starts to feel like a trap, it's only natural that the smartest men choose freedom. And maybe, just maybe, until the system changes, that's the sanest decision a man can make.